Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Some of you may be curious as to why I'm holding a bottle of milk. Well, math is not just racist, ladies and gentlemen. Not just, well, people are saying that literally everything is racist. Even saying good morning is considered racist. But now, the liquid of the gods, milk, according to the so-called experts, they're saying that milk somehow is considered racist. Well, here's what I have to say about that. If drinking milk or milk itself is considered racist, then maybe I am a racist. Got milk experts? Just thought I'd get that out of the way because this stuff is liquid gold, people. I grew up on this stuff. I love this stuff. This stuff, especially with the cream on top, raw milk, natural, raw, non-homogenized milk, is just the best thing ever. Now, some of you may be lactose intolerant, and my heart really does go out to you. But not just dairy milk, people, but all kinds of milk. You got almond milk, you got soy milk. I mean, how do you even milk a soybean or an almond? But far be it from me to go up against the vegans, right? Because, you know, the last thing we want to do is upset or anger a vegan because we already know they're very, very angry and very aggressive individuals too because they don't have meat or much calcium at all that is really good for you and great for making you happy. Yeah, it's good stuff, people. But yeah, not only do the vegans really hate and try and get rid of dairy farmers, thinking that, you know, putting the cows under enormous amounts of pressure, it's inhumane to milk a cow, but they don't really care too much about the bees. But they seem to think that it's dangerous and it's not right, and the moral implications of milking a cow and all that sort of stuff. So not only do we have the vegans trying to get rid of the good liquid gold that we all need and should drink unless you're lactose intolerant, but we have these so-called experts now that are asking whether milk is racist as part of a taxpayer-funded research project into connections between milk and colonialism. When I first saw this headline from Morgan McMichael, I had to put a comment on not only her post, but I reshared it on my Instagram and said that any expert that is saying that milk is considered to be racist or even questioning the idea of whether or not milk is considered to be racist is not an expert at all, but in fact, a utter idiot. That is my thoughts on the matter, because there is nothing wrong with this stuff. How can milk, maybe because it's white or it's cream color, maybe they're going, anything that's white at all, doesn't matter if it's the color of your skin, but even the humble milk, maybe we can say that milk is racist too now. Somehow milk has a voice in this matter, voice that says to black people, you're wrong. Milk is white, not black. So therefore, see, I don't even know how you can explain that milk is racist because milk doesn't say a damn thing. But no, Jay, you're totally wrong about that because you don't have to say anything nowadays. All you need to do is just look a certain way. It's all about the image, people. If milk is in fact white, then it's racist, isn't it? The cows are racist too, people. When they go moo, they're totally being up against black people. They don't like black people. When they're being milked, it's leading them to colonialism and saying that black people were slaves. So every time they moo, it's reminding everybody of that. Or when the milk is coming out of the cow's tit or the udder, reminds all the black people of colonialism and the color of their skin, because the stuff that's coming out is white. You know how absurd this actually is? I really do wonder whether or not there's a group of people that sit in an office somewhere that are actually paid to do this, and they're literally going, let's come up with the most insane, the most dumbest, the most idiotic thing we possibly can to anger and upset every single person on the face of the earth. Let's just do that. Let's grab headlines. Let's create enormous amounts of drama. But you know, the problem is when people do this, there are actually idiots out there that believe the ones that are so-called experts. I just find that hilarious, don't you? And get this actual study happens to be taxpayer funded. So not only are they trying to consider milk to be racist, but you guys are paying for it. How about that? They're wasting your money on things that we do not care an iota about. But evidently, this is to do with science, isn't it? I don't see how, but far be it from me to say anything against the so-called experts. A taxpayer-funded project is set to research connections between milk and colonialism. It was revealed yesterday. Imagine my shock and horror when I saw this headline. Just leave us the hell alone. Leave liquid of the gods alone. Academics at Oxford Museum. Oxford. Well, there you have it, people. There you have it. Over in the UK. Ah. Oh, my goodness. Oxford Museum will research the political nature of milk and its colonial legacies. They've got nothing better to do with their time, people, but to research the political nature of this stuff, milk. One of the experts involved has previously argued that milk is a Northern European obsession. Yeah, and how is that even an argument that has been imposed on other parts of the world? So the Northern Europeans apparently brought all the milking cows, the dairy cows, over to Australia, over to New Zealand, and everywhere else in the world, and forced it down everyone's throats. You must have your milk. And according to this so-called expert, I don't even know how this person even became an expert in the first place. Expert of what exactly? Expert of stupidity? Perhaps. Yes, definitely. How can you even say that this is an argument at all? Like, milk has got so many benefits for you. I'll have you know. Not just is it like fantastic for calcium. I've never broken a bone in my body because I drank this stuff like it was water growing up. And I still do to some degree because it's brilliant. You need strong, healthy bones, people, not brittle bones like all the soy people and all the bloody vegans that are missing out on all the joys of red meat and milk. Anyway, okay, this is a doctor. Doctor of what? No idea. Dr. Joanna Zettenstrom Sharp. Zettenstrom Sharp. Oh boy. Said the assumption that milk was a key part of the human diet may be understood as a white supremacist one. How the actual hell do you get that? And oh my goodness, this is giving me a headache already. As many populations outside of Europe and North America have high levels of lactose intolerance in adulthood. So how has that got to do with white supremacy? So it's apparently the fault of the whites for not giving milk to the black people that's caused the lactose. Wow. So that's considered everything to be, that's changed my life around. I'm delusional. I'm the wrong one, people. It's all about white supremacy. The new project, get this, milking it. Love it already. Colonialism, heritage, and everyday engagement with dairy has won funding from the Arts and Humanities Research Council. I wonder who's actually on the board and who approved this dumb thing. I really, really do wonder. Do you know what else we can do with milk? Not only can we create cream, but we can create custard, we can create ice cream, we can create all kinds of cakes, and one of my all-time favorite things of all, cheese, man. We don't have cheese. What is life? Seriously, what is life? The council itself is funded by the government through the Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. Far out, that's a mouthful. And awards around £110 million to researchers at universities and independent organizations. So you award a lot of money to people that are researching something that has no like grounding in any kind of reality at all. So well done to you guys. You guys seem real smart. The Milk Project, or Milking It, will be based at the History of Science Museum in Oxford. Well, I'm glad that Oxford is going to be known for something aside from everything else that it's known for. Now it's going to be known for milking it. White supremacy and how milk is in fact racist somehow, which announced it had received its funding from these woke people. The size of the grant has not yet been revealed. Gee, I wonder why that is. Can you imagine if people heard that £50 million would be invested into a study such as milking it? Gee, or that milk is racist? I wonder how the general public received this news. I wonder. The museum said by focusing on communities intersecting industry, aid, and government regulation, the project aims to center on heritage as a vital framework for understanding how colonial legacies influence contemporary issues and affect people's lives. And sure, milk has a huge part in that. A massive part, people. Because if it wasn't for milk, we wouldn't have colonialism. That's part of the legacy of milk, people. It's rooted deep in colonialism. White supremacists drank milk when they were whipping slaves on the plantations in America. Or the white man here in Australia would do the exact same thing or give milk to the Aboriginals or the Indigenous Australians and say, here, drink your milk. I don't see anything wrong with that. Drink your milk. You're going to get strong and healthy. Oh, my goodness. I have got no idea how they're trying to link milk with white supremacy or whatever else. But anyway, hey, drink the white man's milk. That just sounds wrong, doesn't it? People will literally think of the dumbest possible things and try and make some kind of sense of it. If it makes sense in a doctor's brain, then why doesn't it make sense in an everyday Australian like myself? Gee, I wonder why that is. Through milk dairies, archival research, and participatory podcasting, it will investigate. Of course, podcasts have something to do with this. You're going to have some mindless person jump on the podcast and say, because my mother said so, Cleopatra was black, and I don't care what you say. Oh, dear, oh, dear. It will investigate historical engagement with milk, building networks with consumers and producers in Britain and Kenya. So you're going to have an angry Kenyan somewhere that's going to say, the white man didn't make me drink milk, so therefore the white man's racist for not doing that. The project will question both the imagined... this whole thing is bloody imagined, if you ask me, in someone's very lunatic brain, and real aspects of milk, revealing the intimate and political nature of this everyday substance. That's a quote, man. That's a real quote. Imagine sending that to the Department of Business, Energy, Industrial Strategy. Hey, guess what we're going to do? We're going to look at the imagined and real aspects of milk to see whether or not the imagined and real aspects of milk happen to be racist. Dr. Zetterstrom Sharp, a University College London associate professor at the Institute of Archaeology, so she's an archaeologist, and she's looking into this. Wow. That's interesting. And Dr. J.C. Naylor, head of research at History of Science Museum. Dr. Zetterstrom Spark took part in a talk titled Milk and Whiteness during a Wellcome Trust exposition on milk in 2022. Gee, I would love to see that. I would love to waste my time and my brain cells, as I've already done so right now. Well, you know what? I'm going to get my brain cells back by drinking some milk. How about that? Ah, glorious stuff. Got a milk stash. Love it, people. In the panel discussion, she said a Northern European obsession with milk. Oh, we can't have an obsession with milk. It's dangerous. And what about chocolate, man? Without milk, we don't have good chocolate, do we? Oh, seems like these people happen to be not just vegan, but very angry individuals. They're angry at chocolate. They're angry at cheese. They're angry at all the good stuff. Ah, dear, dear. You need some more milk in your diet, love. Maybe you might be a little bit happier. You may be. Or maybe she's lactose intolerant. Who knows? Maybe that's why she's angry. She's stuck drinking soy milk. Had led to the assumption that if it were a vital part of the human diet and should be produced and provided on a vast scale. Well, I hate to break it to you, love, but it actually is. It's mass produced here in Australia. We love our dairy farmers, or at least we should love our dairy farmers. The Wellcome Trust expedition highlighted the imposition of dairy economies by colonial powers. Yes, indeed, the white man is in control of all the dairy farmers. Okay. Including in regions where populations had high levels of lactose intolerance. There you have it, people. These are all lactose intolerant people just going after milk. Can't say anything else. I can't say anything about its health benefits, but racist. That's going to work. Dr. Zetterstrom Sharp has also highlighted issues with the way local milk production in Africa may have been quashed in favor of industrial methods aimed at producing greater volume, and how milk has been distributed by aid organizations. Well, you know what? We can fix this. We can just send milk over to Kenya or other African countries so they can get the benefits of milk. Give the kids milk to start off with. I'm sure little African kids would love to have milk. It's beautiful stuff. It tastes amazing. So there, you have it. So, problem solved. Milk ain't racist. Oh, boy. I think this is my best one yet. How about that? Anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed and get some milk in you. See you all in the next video.